Hey, Taylor Rapp here from the LA Rams. Shout out to Steve Taylor, the real sports guy, and the honorary Ram. When Steve's talks sports, you better listen. Thanks, Steve from the Rams, for your continued support and love.
Thanks for watching Keeping It Real Sports.
Yes, sir. Rock Yassin, Keeping It Real Sports.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, man.
With Prince Bell, we rocking with Keeping It Real Sports, and we gonna be on this. We gonna be on a lot of times. I love the platform. Check in. It's the new wave. Like, follow, subscribe, and do all that good stuff.
Come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, don't have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA, game over, they don't play. From the fourth quarter to the ninth inning, NASCAR wheels keep spinning. To the 18th hole, he's still in control. Guy on the go. Coach never missing the play, cause he know the deal. This keeping it real. Sports. Come on. Keeping it real. Yeah. Let's go.
Another edition of The Real Sports. I am your boy, the Real Sports Guy, and boy, do I have a good one planned for you. Boy, we're going to talk college football today since we're getting into week 8 of the season, so we'll talk college football. The baseball classic, fall classic went down last night. Boy, that was a classic affair. I'll get you up to date on that as we continue our race for October. And, of course, we've got NFL. I'm going to give you 6 games to pick. I told you, I've been pretty good at this. You've been keeping up with me. You've been pocketing money, so I'm going to give you some more money today. We're going to do that. And I'm going to give you the NBA preview. So I got a big one planned for you today. But, first, like I always do, we always want to tell you thanks for tuning in. Look here, make sure you like, subscribe, man, Keeping It Real Sports. Tell me what's going on, man, because I want to bring you the best. I keep you abreast of what's happening. Let me tell you what's happening now, what's hot off the press. Hot off the press right now, we got to talk about Michigan and their sign stealing. It's getting bigger, people. It is gaining traction, man. I am starting to dig into this, and it's not hard to find the information as we dig into this thing. Now we're starting to get guys suspended. The guy in particular, Connor Stalions. Well, who is Connor Stalions? Well, he was the guy who was sent by Michigan to steal the damn signs. So Connor Stalions, he has been suspended. He said he has went to 30 games on behalf of Michigan. Now it's starting to come out. We're starting to get teams like TCU said. Sources told them, they steal your signs. So what did they do? They made up a bunch of dummy signs. And it's pretty funny when you look at the dummy signs that Michigan went into last year, that game. Let me rewind the clock and tell you, TCU handed it to them that day. What they would do is they would call the play as normal and then change it. It was a bunch of dummy plays that they put in. So they was ready for the shenanigans. Man, what makes me more upset at being a Buckeye fan is when guys like DeJuan Jones, who was the tackle for the Buckeyes then, now he's with the Cleveland Browns. He's coming out saying now that the Buckeyes were literally demoralized at times because Michigan knew exactly what they were doing. So I have to ask myself, is it on Ohio State, or did the guy with the khakis one-up him with his sign stealing deal? I mean, anyway, people, it is cheating because, see, now you've got the NCAA involved, and they're talking about what could happen. Michigan, for them, they're lucky because they're on bye this week. But see, where there's smoke, there's fire, people. And I'm just telling you, this guy has been pretty good at it. Let's just say it out loud. I always say that. Say it out loud. They had just had 63 hung on them, and then they missed the COVID year. And they come back, and all of a sudden, you got Ohio State's number. I mean, it all seems to point toward exactly what we're saying, the damn sign stealing. No, you didn't find the recipe. It's called cheating, man. And see, it's a reason that they put sanctions on this since 1984, that you cannot go out and steal signs and scout teams, pre-scout teams in person. And now I'm hearing that there's a video that was being used for that. So it wasn't like it was recall. This dude was out videotaping. So it's cheating on a high level. Jim Harbaugh, I guess if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But damn, come on, man. Wake up, smell the coffee. That is what's got me heated up, man, is the fact that you stealing signs, and then here's what's going to happen. You're going to run your ass off to the NFL like nothing happened with your tail between your legs. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. I'm keeping it real. So there you go. Man, last night, if you probably, maybe you crashed out late last night. I couldn't help but talk about, stay up and watch Game 1 of the World Series. Man, it was a classic, an instant classic. Let's go back. We're going to talk about the race for October.
Game 1 of the World Series features Zach Gallen against Nathan Eovaldi. It all starts off with Evan Carter's RBI double that plates a run. Texas leads it 1-0 right off the top. The man, the myth, known as Adolis Garcia, more on him later on, he drives in Texas' second run with an RBI single. Texas up 2-0. That takes us to the bottom of the third, and Corbin Carroll's 2-run triple. After the Diamondbacks started to get more aggressive at the plate, in particular, the batters 7, 8, and 9 setting the table for Corbin Carroll and his heroics. But the thing of the night was the pressure that they continued to put on the Texas defense as they stole 4 bases, the most since 1908. Very aggressive. Also aggressive was Tommy Pham's. Bam! He goes deep. Tommy Pham's solo shot was exit velocity was 102 miles an hour. This thing was a rocket as it got up out of there, traveling 419 feet. Boy, oh boy, when they hit the ball, they do it well. Ketel Marte, okay, he goes double. And Arizona's up 5-3, and they hold that lead at the top of the 5th, and the Diamondbacks are off and running. Ginkel comes in, and he escapes a jam late in the 8th inning, and the Diamondbacks lead it 5-3 going into the 9th. But the 9th inning is where the theatrics come to play. Starting with that man, Garcia. Watch this grab as he just leaps up and he robs Arizona of a possible run right there, keeping the game in striking distance. Speaking of striking distance, Corey Seager strikes to tie the game at 5 at the bottom of the 9th, giving the Rangers life. And Garcia ends it in the 11th with a walk-off shot, his 8th home run in this postseason. Texas 6, Arizona 5. And
we come back to talk a little bit of college football. And what I want to talk about, man, is upset alert, man. I've got some teams that I have on upset alert. I'm talking top ranked teams that we have on upset alert. And I want to talk about a couple of them. And we're going to start with the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs. The Georgia Bulldogs are 14-point favorites in this one. 14-point favorites. Well, Steve, why would you put them on upset alert? Well, they've lost their best player, their big target, Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, man, accounted for 35% of their offense, man. That's now gone. They're going to have to find that. They have a young tight end, freshman that's going to have to step up, but can they? I know they have the talent, but this offense was so much centered around Brock Bowers. I expect them to win the game. I don't think they're going to win it by 14. And I tell you, this is not the team to try to figure this thing out against, try to find your footing. Florida, upset alert. I've got the Georgia Bulldogs. Another team I've got on upset alert is Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Why, Steve? They're 17-point favorites. Well, Oklahoma, did you see last week how defense is starting to play Dylan Gabriel? I expect the same thing from Kansas. Kansas plays a stiff front up front. They run the football extremely well. That could be problematic for Oklahoma. I do see Oklahoma getting away with the win, but we've got them on upset alert. Another team that I really have on upset alert is the Texas Longhorns. Why? Well, because their starting quarterback, Quinn Ewers, is out with a AC joint sprain. And I tell you, people, that is a painful injury. We don't know how long he's going to be coming in. Redshirt freshman Malik Murphy gets the start for Texas. Texas is a 17.5-point favorite, man. That's a lot of points, man, you know, to play against a rugged BYU team who really knows how to get after it, man, and up front, really stout. A lot of men there, man. A lot of these guys, man, been on Mormon trips, man. They're coming back. These guys have been around a while. BYU, you're never just going to run them over. 17.5 is a lot, man, to ask for that. And then the other team that I have on upset alert is USC. They're playing California, but did you see their defense last week? And more importantly, did you hear the defensive coordinator, Alex Grinch, who was the former Ohio State co-defensive coordinator? That's why they got your ass the hell up out of there. He said he didn't watch Utah film. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, damn, I watch more film apparently than you. And it's apparent the way that the USC defense has been playing. And then the last upset alert that I got is UCLA. People, do you realize UCLA don't sell out their home games? They put tarps in the Rose Bowl to kind of cover up a lot of the seats, empty seats, so it doesn't look so bad. They're taking the tarps off because Prime is coming to town. They've sold out the Rose Bowl. Prime has sold out the Rose Bowl. Every game that Colorado has played in, they have sold out their games. Now they're taking the tarps off, man. This is unprecedented. The success of Deion Sanders cannot be denied. And what else can't be denied is this week's college football poll. And boy, oh boy, do we have changes. And we're going to see if the curse at number 10 continues, because I have a new number 10 team in the countdown, and it is the Utah Utes. Well, why? They don't have Cam Rising. Yes, Cam Rising may not play, but what they do have is creativity. What they do have is a defense that really gets it, a physical front. Man, Kyle Whittingham is one of the most brilliant head coaches in America. We see this year in and year out as the Utah Utes continue to troll upwards. And we got him at number 10 this week. Number 9 is a former top 10 team, is the Alabama Crimson Tide. They're kind of like Jason Voorhees. You just can't kill them. The Crimson Tide, man. Jason Milroe and company continuing to get better and better. And that defense, they play just that, a lot of defense. That gets me to the number 8 team in our countdown this week is the Texas Longhorns. And man, I'm going to tell you, I have a little bit of trepidation about them. Redshirt quarterback Malik Murphy gets his first start, redshirt freshman quarterback, gets his first start. It could be tough sledding today. They have enough talent to get it done. I like what they have on defense. I got Texas at number 8, but we're watching you. At number 7, the Oregon Ducks. And Oregon has a big one today. We'll talk more about that a little bit later, but I like Dan Lanning. He gets it, man. His defense really is playing NFL-type defense. And if you look at it, he came from Georgia, where he instilled the defensive principles that they have today. So Oregon, we have them at number 7. At number 6, I have Oklahoma, and all eyes are on the Sooners. Brent Venables has kind of found his footing with his team, found some offense. Dylan Gabriel and company, they've got it rolling. The other team that's got it rolling is the Florida State Seminoles. They're 7-0. They're not winning pretty, but they're winning, and you have to give them credit for that. You know, they got away from the Duke game. They covered that thing. They got away from the Clemson game, and they don't play a potentially North Carolina until the ACC championship game. But we got our eyes on them at number 5. At number 4, we have the Washington Huskies. Their schedule picks up on the back end. They're going to have a murderer's row coming up in the next 3 weeks. We'll have more eyes on them. But we're right today. We got them at number 4. Number 3 team in the country, has the best wins that any other program has in America. The Buckeyes, 2 top 10 wins. They had another one last week. Defense very smothering. We got them at number 3. Next week, when the college football poll comes out, don't be surprised if Ohio State is ranked number 1 in the college football poll. You heard it here first. And Michigan, we got them at number 2 with all what's surrounding them. Man, they've got to take a week off. Well, it's good for them because there's a lot of controversy surrounding them. We've got our eyes on Michigan, number 1. And, I know that they're limping into this thing, but I tell you, you know what? To be the man, you got to beat the man. I am a true believer in that. Georgia Bulldogs, number 1. So to recap it, I've got Utah Utes at number 10, Alabama Crimson Tide at number 9, Texas Longhorns, they come in at number 8, the Oregon Ducks at number 7, the Boomers Sooners at number 6. Number 5, we got the Florida State Seminoles. Number 4, the Washington Huskies at number 3, the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Number 2, the Michigan Wolverines. And number 1 is the Georgia Bulldogs. So that gets us to 3 pick games that we got today. Duke, Louisville. Man, the college pick last week I had a pretty good week picking college games. We're going to give you our pick'ems this week. Duke and Louisville. Louisville 4.5-point favorites. Man, Duke. The question is, will Riley Leonard, the quarterback, be able to play in this one? What we do know is that Duke's defense is very sound. What we do know that Duke can produce points from the defensive side of the ball. I tell you what, you're gonna give me 4 points. I understand that they're on the road. I get that, but you're going to give me Duke and points? Man, I'm going to have to take the Duke Blue Devils. Give me the Duke Blue Devils and the points. I take Duke. I like Duke in this one, man. You know what? I like Duke on the money line on this one. Duke. That gets us to our number 2 game, which is Kentucky, Tennessee. Tennessee, 4.5 favorite on this one on the road against Kentucky. Kentucky hasn't beaten a top-ranked team in a while, man. They get a chance to do that today. Kentucky's offense is very prolific. They run the football extremely well. One thing that Tennessee doesn't like to see is the run game coming downhill on them. I'm going to take Kentucky. Give me Kentucky. I'm going to take the points. Give me Kentucky. I like Kentucky in this one. And then the game of the day is Oregon and Utah. We talked about Dan Lanning. We talked about the defense of Dan Lanning. We talked about how physical that the Utah Utes are. Utah minus his quarterback, Cam Rising. Cam Rising still around the program, really inspiring the young quarterback that they have in tow. Man, I just like how smart the Utah coaching staff is. This is going to be a tough environment for Oregon to come into. And they're 6.5-point favorites. Give me the 6.5. I like the home team. Give me Utah in this one. So there you go. That's our top pick 3. Pick 'em. Who you got? But NFL, I give you pick 6 every week. Last week I went 4-2. Attempt to go better this week. We're gonna try to do better this week. Actually, I went 3-3. It was 3-3. So on the year, we are plus on the season 29-13 on the season. 29-13, and we're going to attempt to do better this week. I've got my lock of the week. This one here you can take to the bank. The Texans, they're visiting the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, man, pass defense has really been struggling. Man, what hasn't been struggling is the rookie C.J. Stroud. He's thrown 9 touchdowns and 1 interception on the season. He set an NFL record for the most passes complete without an interception as a rookie starting his career. I like Texans in this one, man. D'Amico Ryan's defense really starting to snuff things out, man. Man, Texans are starting to roll. I like them in this one, 30-16. That takes us to the Giants and the Jets. The Jets is actually visiting the Giants, even though they play in the same stadium. You can figure out the details on that one. In any event, you've got Wink Martindale, whose defense found its way last week and got 6 sacks last week. They're going against Zach Wilson and company, who has a propensity to be sacked. The Jets get Sauce Gardner back, and they get their other starting cornerback back. That's going to be enough for me to take the Jets in this one. I like the Jets 17-14 in this one. Cleveland Browns travel out to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Now, the Cleveland Browns hadn't won 2 games in a row since back when Baker Mayfield was on the team. Well, last week they got it done. Even though it was in an ugly fashion, they did get it done. The Cleveland Browns, I like them in this one, 24-13. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, man. Jacksonville is for real, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to find out. Pittsburgh has Mike Tomlin their way into 4 victories, or TJ Watt it, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, Pittsburgh, they're that team that if you let them hang around, they're going to get you. They won't be able to get got by the Jaguars. I like them 26-15. The Vikings, man, Kirk second cousins. No, he was first cousins on Monday night as he took down the 49ers, and he'll do it again. I like the Vikings in this one, 19-12. And speaking of the 49ers, they're going to take on the Bengals. Sam Darnold gets to start in this one against the Bengals. The Bengals then had a week off, a week for Joe Burrow to kind of get more healthy. That defense, man, but from Lou Anarumo and company, has enough to really contend with the 49ers. I like the Bengals in this one, 27-21. That gets me to this week's top 5 power rankings, and we're going to start with number 5, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, I just love what they're doing defensively. They can really force the issue, so to speak. And then when all else fails, you got Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence and company to figure it out. Number 4, we've got the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, they may have lost the game, but people, let's not trip here. They're damn good. Number 3, we've got the Baltimore Ravens, and Baltimore is starting to put it together, and they are really a couple of plays from being undefeated. Might want to pay attention to what's going on in Baltimore. Philadelphia Eagles, but they just started to fly. Eagles fly, and we saw it again. Philly, they are number 2, and number 1 is, well, you should know. It's that man, Patrick Mahomes, my homie, my homeboy. Man, they're just so tough. Okay, I told you that we talk NBA. I've got NBA preview, man. I've got 5 things that we can look for in the NBA this year, and I'm going to give them to you. This one here, this is called NBA Update. All right, see, I'm here to debunk a lot of myths about the NBA season because we had a lot of questions about the NBA season, like the Boston Celtics adding Porzingis and Holiday and Sam Cassell as a bench coach. Would that be enough? And then we had questions like, what will season 21 look like for LeBron and the Lakers? And then we had questions like, what are the realistic expectations for Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs? And then the team that nobody sees coming, the NBA surprise team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. But when all of this comes down and I look at Boston, no one will admit what the problem is in Boston. And if you're not the solution, then you're the problem. And I'm talking about number 0, Jason Tatum. Jason Turnover. They don't get it. And when push comes proverbial shove, the Boston Celtics will not win the East. Will not win the East. Just like the Lakers will not win the West. Because Anthony Davis, some call him street clothes, I like half man, half a season. Because that's probably what you're going to get from Anthony Davis. In event, he pulled his Houdini act the other night on LeBron, scored 17 first half points and 0 in the second. See, after all of that lip from what the Nuggets did to you last year, you, of all people, would have seemed to me would have been more excited to face them. But you gave us nothing in the second half. In other words, you scored in the second half just as many points as I have. You're not winning the championship. Neither are the Spurs, but the upside is there. Did you see this guy block a dunk last night and then the putback attempt as well, then take the game over? Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to in San Antonio. But the real show is these two, Dame Dollar and Giannis. Because, see, Giannis understands. He gets it. He knows why they brought Dame Dollar in. If you watched him close out against Philly, who's not as bad as you think they are, people, it was Dame time. And Giannis understood to get out of the way. So that said, I hate to be the guy that ruined the season for you, because it's all going to be a great season and it'll be fun and it's going to be nice and we're going to have some great moments. But when it all breaks down, people, this is going to be the finals. It's going to be the battle of the pick and roll. Denver's pick and roll against Milwaukee's pick and roll. Who has the better pick and roll? We'll find out in June. And that is the bottom line. I just hate to be the bearer of bad news, but y'all know I keep it real. And I keep it real now 3 days a week, Mondays, Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Man, Monday nights, it's the NFL reaction, football reaction Monday. Come on, man, you got to tune in for that. Then I've got a number that you're going to be able to dial in, and you're going to be able to kind of give us your input as well. Saturday mornings, we do it every Saturday mornings. Make sure you like and subscribe. The Keeping It Real Sports Network. It's a brand new network on YouTube, the Keeping It Real Sports Network. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, bring a friend. We'll all be friends. So until Monday, I'm your boy, the Real Sports Guy, man. Man, I can't wait till Monday. Got a big show for you. We're going to talk our World Series. And I can't wait until Thursday. I got, man, Ralph Green, the coach of the Scott Bulldogs. He's going to break down all things, man, of the World Series variety. So I got a big week planned for you. So make sure you join me. I got so much, man, more to talk about, but it's my time. It's been fun, but I got to run. So until next time, I wish you love and peace. Chuck them, dude.
Come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about the game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the Real Sports Guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, gon' have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA.